Testing. There we go. Now the mic works. All right. Yeah. In this stream, I'm going to kind of work on this plastic section again. Finally, it's been a little bit. I'm also going to double check the guides that I've made so far and see if they really are correct in the spot that I want them to be. I'd really like to get to the point where I can cut a new playfield this weekend. Um, but I do still have those couple things I need to take care of. Something I'm gonna grab probably tomorrow is that reverse ramp thing that goes here, and I'll probably model it off stream and bring it in on stream again, kind of like what I did with this left ramp, how I modeled it off stream and brought it on. Because I do need to know more so where the exit is. I mean, I have rough ideas with these little guidelines, but I'm getting to the point where I need to know somewhat exactly where it goes. So yeah, all right. This plastic assembly. I'm also thinking about changing these side rails to make them straight flat again with standoffs like games usually do. I haven't fully decided if I want to do that or not yet. I kind of do, so I'll think about that while I'm working on this stuff. But yeah. Okay, so this ramp here, I definitely need to expand some things a little bit. This ramp might actually have to come over a little bit more, so I have some spots that I can put mounting points, because I don't really have any good place along here to put a couple mounts. Now, obviously, I can put something down here, kind of like we did over here, because I'm gonna mimic this kind of on this side. But uh, up here, it's a little bit of a problem. So I think I do need to do this out jet a little bit more. The thing is, though, I didn't really want to block this view that much, but maybe if it goes out a little bit more, it's not that big of a deal. And that also affects this ramp, right? Because that means this ramp comes out a little bit more, which that's not a big deal. Actually, let's edit this ramp first. Ramp. All right, because I originally made this like this. This could be a little bit of a pain in the butt, but it's probably gonna be fine. This needs to stay fixed here. That'll keep all of those in the spots that I need them to. This needs to come over. Oh, I don't want this fixed, do I? No, I do need this fixed. Yes, I need this fixed, but I need to split it. This is gonna need to come over and then back in. So like here. This is perpendicular. This is perpendicular. Be a guideline. Okay, and so now I can take this, I can trim this, I can trim this, and I can trim this. Now I can safely pull this over. Oh, you're still to that. I don't want you to be. I don't want you to be tangent to that. Okay. I do want you to be equal to that. I don't know why that changed size. This and this should be equal. You don't want that to be. All right, well, this and this should be equal. Well, that can complain all at once. They still just need fix that there. This is where it gets a little annoying. Why are you doing this to me? All right, I'll deal with that later. That kind of comes around in like this. Tangent. This is tangent. This comes down a little bit more. So when this loops around, it's going to plop like right in here. I mean, this is going to be a little interesting with how it needs to go. Can I pull this down a little bit? I don't want to pull that down. I want you out. My nose is really itchy today. I'm sorry, folks. I want to pull this. First off, I do want this to stay that width. Likewise, this curve, 1 inch. This curve, all right. What are you doing? Are you? Oh, because you're not tangent anymore. You need to be tangent. You be perpendicular. You need to be perpendicular. Yes, you can be perpendicular. Let's not do that yet then. Make sure this is attached. Because this definitely needs to be horizontal. This is equal to this. And this, that's not perpendicular. That's what's going on. Why are you complaining? Why are you not perpendicular? What are you? What is your relation? Nothing. Be parallel. This needs to be parallel. I know you can be parallel, so don't complain and say you can't. Clearly, you're parallel. Why are you over defining yourself? Come on. I really hate it when this crap happens. Someone is attached to something it's not supposed to be. Of an intersection. Okay, I think that would fix it. Really, I just want that to come down a little bit more. Um, the ramp itself is gonna cut off like right here. I think that the desire that I had. Yeah, that's basically the desire that I had. It'll cut off right here, and then that gives this a spot and this a spot over here. I know you're gonna complain. What is going on there? Oh, that's plastic piece. That's fine. This is not horizontal. This needs to be parallel to that. Down like 1 inch. Okay. So that trims that section out. That's fine. This, oh, that's a chamfer. 175. That. This on this side now. Out a little bit more up to here in a tangent manner. This tangent to this. This I don't want horizontal. I want this to be collinear with this. So this is going to add like a little pad that I can put a little mounting hole on. Going to be bound up to surface. Okay, so that can be mounted there. This now has enough space over here that I can actually put a bolt here. And again, this ramp over here is going to be way down here, so it's not going to actually conflict with this. While I'm at it, I'm going to take this post and move it. Device holes. I'm going to go over here. And what I'll probably end up doing is this is probably going to extend up further as well to you can't see my hand. This is probably going to extend up further vertically, mount this little swoop piece as well, which is going to drop like right here. So that up, well, this is going to go up and spill right onto this. So yeah, that can probably mount on there. Okay. And this is not happy now because it no longer has these things. Go to these points, get rid of that association. Needs to be fixed. Coming out like this. Make sure all these things are perpendicular. Because this effectively tells me kind of where this curvature ends up, where this ramp ends up exiting out, so I know what to do and what not to do. What's fixed? If this is fixed. Okay, nothing is. That was just a leftover. Like this geometry problem. Why would it cause geometry problem? What else is attached? I'm viewing all the relations. Come on. Select this line. This line. Go parallel. Thank you. Okay. And the sides. Basically here to here. This is how long? I think this is 1 and 0.5. Oh, 1.5 inches. Yeah, we'll say 1.5 inches. That'll get to that width there, which is good. And I'm also going to center point this on here. Again, just to make sure it's fully centered. Okay. Now this thing, that thing I don't care about. It's this piece that I care about. Yes. So this piece needs to be widened a little bit down here. Let me edit it. Come on. Okay, this piece here needs to be widened. So first off, this is no longer going to be collinear, right? Because that. Let's fix this. Rid of this. Oh, don't fix that. Pull this down. Because this is going to that's fixed also. That's vertical. I don't want it to be. What are you offset of? I don't know. Let's get rid of the offset. Come on. Really? You're not vertical. Oh, you're horizontal. Is that the problem? No. All right. Something is just blocking. That's equal. Yeah, because that's equal. Okay, so this is gonna go over here. like this. This is going to come, well, this needs to be tangent. And this should still have connector here. Particular. Okay, so now that ball can glide right into that. And this, however, is going to be wider because I need to mount a point on here. It goes in this way. This on this side is going to be similar. Let's get rid of this. How wide is this? This is 7/8 is fine. This is no longer horizontal. This is going to need to be a break. And I can trim this. Hi, folks, whoever's watching. If you're talking, I don't know if you're talking. But I hope you're enjoying my rambling. Okay, this is going to go in here. So this is where this screw post is going to go. Now that it's going to be wide enough. Pull this down a little bit. 3 inches. Start off with that. It's actually going to need to be quite a bit wider, like this. Make this 5 or 7/16. Yep, that'll work fine. Actually, I can make this 1/2. That'll work even better. This length can be 1 5/8. I want you to stay perpendicular. You just stay further up here. That. Okay, so that's going to come in there, and the slam spot's going to be. So I actually kind of want this to come further up, and I'll then take this and I'll move this a little further up as well. I want it to be underneath this plastic piece. Now let's see if I screwed up anything down here. This is all the same. That's fine. I do want to make a change, kind of like what I did over here, but those can be separate operations. This is all part of like one primary operation. Yeah. Hi, Sam. Okay, so this is going to come straight down and across. Because then that'll give me enough space for a mount. Come on, straight down. Straight down, please. And then this can go across. Kind of like that. Make this completely horizontal. Now, what did I do on this side? I made a little bit of a cut around for that. So this probably doesn't need to get fixed there. Go a little higher. That can be a little cut right there. Well, I do that, and then I do a little cut, and then this other thing can come right across. There's no harm in that. And then I can add, yeah, what is that, like a half-inch fillet right here. Yeah, it looks like about a half-inch fillet. That'll work. That'll give me a good mount point right here. I don't know, I could do that again. I guess maybe for consistency I should. So I'll get rid of that fillet. So I think what I did over there was I did a horizontal and then I did a cut. This corner is here, it goes um oh, this is adding, not subtracting. Oh. So if I do that and then I do, yeah, okay. Now I can do this cut. Rid of all these relation views again, they're getting in the way. Be 5. This fillet can be 5. Oh, 3. Oh, so now that's somewhat equivalent on both sides. There, there. And what I'll do on this other one down here is add a mounting point straight across. Really? I can fit a screw right down in there. I guess that was a little further down. Like that. I can fit a screw right in there, and that's over near the ramp anyways. Sharp. Go to small fillet. And then I'll add the little screw cut. 3/16 of an inch at 0.25. And from here to the bottom, oh, 0.5. 0.5 is too. Then 3/8. That's fine. I think that's roughly equivalent side. Well, it is if I actually make the arcs correct. Because right now the arcs are not correct. This needs to be a bit smaller than that. Yeah, this needs to be 332. 332 should make that into 3/16 of a hole. Okay, I can probably do that. That easier by just saying the actual width of the hole. Here to here. Yeah, 3/16. Okay. Let's just double check the sizes with this assembly over here. I am curious what I did over on this side. Just the mounting hole. That's 3/16 in, 3/8 up, and the size. And give it a size. 3/16. Okay. So 3/16 in, 3/8 up, and then 3/16. That one. 3/8 over. This is 3/16 in. 3/16. So it was that. I almost got it right. Here we go. So that's that mounting hole. There's going to need to be another mounting hole right here, I think. Does there? No, because I can mount things. Yeah, I can mount it onto this post. Yeah, that's what I did on the other side too, right? Uh, Doug, this is SolidWorks. Oh, that was mounted up there. I don't have that mounting hole. Okay, so yeah, I can mount right there. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Again, this is going to be 3/16 size. This needs to be centered on this hole. Oh, I'm sorry. It needs to be bigger than 3/16 because I didn't edit this. Now, this needs to be. I know, I know, I know. 3/8. 0.5. Okay, so that's a mount point. Third cut. Okay. I mean, that's fine because it's going to slam on the right side, not the left side. And I'm not going to have a problem with the right side. I will put a mount point right here, kind of like what I did on this side. I put a mount point there. I can't put a mount point there, but I can put a mount point here. I can put a mount point here. And, well, actually, if I put a mount point here, I can then put a mount point over here. Because I don't want a mount point to go on this plastic. And then, oh, but that's where that mount point goes. Crud. That's a little annoying, isn't it? This up. Um, uh, yeah, I really want a mount point right here. Because I can't put a mount point here. This is over like a ball path, and I don't want anything potentially sticking out underneath that. So the mounting point needs to go here, which is going to be really tight. Um, you have this slam piece that I need to make over on this side too, which is just riveted. See, I really don't want this ramp to come forward more, because if it does, then that blocks the view of this shot, and that's what I'm trying to avoid. But at the same time, I am going to put a sheet metal slam section here, which will block a little bit of that. But I don't think it'll block as much as the big fat ramp coming down. I almost wonder if this ramp needs to come down a little bit more here and then onto the well, it can't quite come onto the plastic because they have the launch ramp here. So yeah, I'm running into a little bit of an issue with this section, trying to solve where these things attach. So I am going to mimic this side over here a little bit because this needs to come up. This is going to come up more, a bit straighter. So I kind of want that more attached to this one. Oh, that's tangent to that. Comes down there. And add another fillet in right there to smooth that out. And then that fattens that up a little bit, which is fine because I do have this whole assembly that's coming up along there. Not make this vertical. Pull this across. Not curved, not curved. Needs to be collinear to this. Yeah, and I kind of want that to hug along this thing a little bit. Because this is mounted here. Oh, okay. I don't want this on this. I don't want this linear to that. I want this along here, I think. This? Oh, this whole piece is the plastic. Oh, that whole piece is the plastic. Wait a minute. Particular. That can be a mount point there. So mount point, mount point. This is this. Oh, this plastic is. Yeah, this plastic will mount right there, right underneath the ramp. And then the ramp sits right on top into it. I'm trying to think of the order of operations to build this thing. And I think the order of operation is this ramp, then this plastic, then this ramp. Well, I mean, this ramp first, because it goes underneath the whole thing. Well, I mean, no, this ramp can be later on. It's not really underneath. Well, it's underneath this section, I guess. I really prefer the plastic going down first. But this plastic is a little more tightly coupled with this ramp. So I think this ramp does need to go on first. Well, I guess I could make a secondary plastic assembly from this ramp. So this primary plastic assembly can go on because it kind of needs to mount behind the ramp. And then the ramp goes on. Then this ramp goes on. And then the exit point from here gets mounted on top of the whole thing because of post stacks. Yeah, because this plastic here is going to get mounted on these two posts. Actually, it can get mounted on these three posts. and one post over here. So it has 4 points of contact. And then this thing over, and then when it comes down on this, it's fine. So yeah, that it'll be a separate plastic assembly. Okay, so the point of this plastic then is to just prevent the ball from getting way in the back and pinching. Now that I understand that, I can put that here. I can pull this back up here. Yeah, now that I understand what this is doing, I think I can do this. Not going to be perpendicular. I'll make this collinear again. Because this now makes sense to me. This thing. Surface. That's that piece. Add a nice big fillet on there. Make it look all smooth and happy. Get rid of some of this other junk that's there. So that's now all nice and smooth. Along there, this can easily mount here and here. This side is still a problem side. Yeah, I don't really have a good solution for this side. I mean, I might need to have a screw on the bottom underneath here where the ball travels. Which is fine, I think, because I think there's plenty of space underneath there. If I check this side, I mean, yeah, that screw is pretty high up. It's above this guide, and this guide is 1 1/8 inches high. That means the screw is probably, oops, um, 1 3/16 above, which is easily 1/8 of an inch higher than. Yeah, I guess that's okay. I'm not a fan of it. But it'll work. I mean, one way to get around that is to make a metal bracket and then rivet it along here, but I really don't want to do that if I can help it. I much rather continue to be a plastic. I could also have the plastic continue in, but with how the ramp is, I don't think that's really going to work well. Because this ramp, like if you can see, this ramp covers this section where this plastic would need to go. So I don't think that would be the best course of action either. Um, yeah, so I'm just gonna have to put a post right there and hope for the best, kinda. I think that'll be fine. All right, so now this thing over here, I kind of want to mimic this shape on this thing. right? To give it some reflective consistency. Once I have that shape made there, I think yeah, that's thin there. So I mean, this can theoretically be a little thinner going up and in with that, and then that shifts some of these things up. Yeah, if I can get reflective consistency between these two sides, that'll look really good, and then I can start adding mount points like I did everywhere else. So it'll be effectively equal and opposite, with the exception of sections up here, right? And this is an interesting little shimmy I'm doing. I don't really need this shimmy here anymore. You know, because that's kind of a layover of the old design. Already sending it this way. This spot really is just for this to kind of come around and slam and then go. There's really nothing wrong with this or with doing this. Excuse me. I mean, there's really nothing wrong with doing that. Okay, I guess another question I have: the height of this thing, is this high enough to get over this? As if it is, and that solves a lot of problems right then and there. So from here to here, I don't want to meet. I want to measure. Sorry. From from this plastic, this top, that is almost 1 1/8 inch different. So in fact, yes, that will fit over. That will fit over this. So wait a minute. That could actually be a bit of a blessing. That means this can actually come all the way across. And you can kind of disappear into the vines when you're launched. That would be kind of neat. Which means I didn't really need to move that whole thing over. Well, whatever. Um, this looks a little more, again, consistent with the other side. All right, let's edit this. Let's make this come across. This. What this does. So if that covers her along there, and that's a little, this is a little bit of a curl going in. Means I need to make it. Well, no, I can make it into a curl later. This is all attached as one point, yeah. This can be 4 inches. And this will mount over onto this side. Oh, this needs to go up higher like this. Well, let's need to convert this over there. Get rid of the stupid extra line. Nope, there is no stupid extra line. Okay. And that. This can be a. Let me move it. This can be a more gradual curve. Okay. Here, make that 1/2 inch. Now that's mounted there. I mean, this still that still needs to have a mounting point. It's still gonna need a mount. Well, if I put a mounting point here, no, it still needs a mounting point up here. It still needs a mounting point up here. I'm not gonna do this. It's still gonna need a mounting point there. All right, I'm gonna fix the lower section now. Oops. Somehow this needs to become this. I can probably at least temporarily put horizontal lines and things across here. Ease in place. This arc equal to this. This. Not gonna let me do that, you son of a bitch. I think this becomes an arc over to here, basically. That's some kind of weird actions, and I don't want that. convert this. You're not going to let me convert that. All right, well then let's do tangent arc. Tangent arc. Okay. So that is not quite correct. Fix this. I'll make this and this. Come on. This and this. Can't make it. Of course I can't make it. Why would I be allowed to make it equal? Okay, let's evaluate. Where's the length of this thing? No, no. Where's the length of this thing? 1.67. So this length would then be 1.67. 7. You need to be on to fix their horizontal. You fix there. Yeah, okay, that looks like it's the correct arc. Yeah, that looks like it's the correct equal arc. This next section, I want to fix this. Yeah, that can all stay the same. This is not going to stay the same. This is going to shift. This is going to stay fixed. But this is going to shift in a little bit. How did I do this? This comes up and in more. You need to stay tangent, buddy. Not quite vertical, I think. But that's actually going out a little bit. Okay. It's actually going out a little bit like that. Up there. Then not there. Um 7/16. Fix this in this direction. Why are all these things not actually tangent with everything? You're not tangent. This fit. All right. Ow. Oh, that's right. I made that. Yeah, that's what I did with that. Okay. Um, I don't need that guide curve anymore. Instead, I do want to do my typical. Stop that. Stop that. I want to do my typical connection lines. Are perpendicular. This needs to be 1 3/16. I don't know why you don't want to do that. One eighth. Okay, you'll do 1 1/8. Come on. I saw you moving around a second ago. You. Was it this that I. No. What did I pull to make that move? Come on. What did I pull to make this stupid thing move? Maybe that's the best I'm going to be able to do. All right. That's fine. That's still a little more accurate to this other side. I think. Are you complaining? Across to there, yeah. So that means this thing should be horizontal at That makes that equal on that side. That makes this other thing not quite equal because this is too fat. This section's too fat. There's too many things here. I'm going to isolate this, and I'm going to isolate plastic left orbit, entry ramp, plastic right. Oh, that's not the one I wanted. Oh yeah, plastic main ball guide. Oh, here we go. Those are the two things I want. Now there's going to be less corruption junk around, so I can fix these things a little bit better. Okay. All right. Let's make this more accurate. So from here straight across. That's one line. Then corner. Oh. This corner. That horizontal. Okay, that corner goes basically to there. So that's somewhat accurate. It's this thing down here that's not very accurate. Obviously, this is fine. But this length is not. Again, it's got a whole situation of being wrongly attached. Oh. Well, then that section is wrong. Well, this section is potentially wrong. Doesn't look wrong. Wait a minute. Let's exit this component. That way I can hide this. Um, all of this was okay. Yeah, that's not accurate. All right, that you're on something. That's fine. You're. I don't want whatever that is. I don't want whatever that is. This needs to go up here. Needs to go here. Oh, this needs to come here. So this and this need to be tangent. This needs to be on here. And then this and this need to be tangent. Okay, so that fixes that. Oh, almost. All right. Yeah, that bumped that up a little bit, which made more sense there. Then this here, obviously this section's kind of wrong. So I should just make these holes because I want these holes to be exactly opposite. That hole goes over there, across to here. These are fixed. These equal. This will be the master. It'll be 316. I usually do. Yep, that looks about right. Here to here is 0.22. Vertical. And this one equal to this, and it is right across here. This is fixed. This is horizontal. Go on here. The distance from here to here is 0.45. Is it really? Here, here, 0.45. So that means the distance from here to here, 0.45. That puts that in the right spot. And then those other holes are just standard mounting hole. Like, I mean, technically, this one is a standard mounting hole also. So I'll get that fixed and adjusted in a moment. All right, if I exit this sketch and exit the component, show this component. Yeah, now that's a little mucked up. So this be off of that. Off of that. This needs to be attached to this. This needs to be tangent. This needs to be vertical. This needs to be tangent. That fixes that up pretty well. This is obviously way too fat. Now you see that fixed a lot of that up, so now a lot of that's equal. Let's exit component first. Let's exit isolate. And oh, for Christ's sake. And hold on one second. All right, so let's. I want to edit this component. Oh no, not that. Edit specifically this one. I want to go to here and make sure all these mounting holes are in the right spot. So I mean, yeah, this is not quite right, obviously. So I'm gonna fix this so it's in the right spot. And that'll line that up without a problem. And all these other ones I can line up. Yay. Hi, Carol. Yes, it is. It is fairly new, cool. Uh, it's also a lot of decisions and figuring of things because I do want. Oh, I do want this to get done by now. I mean, I'm a little behind on where I wanted to be. These are all going to be fixed. Doesn't want to do relations this way, so I'll just fix it in the spot. That'll be close enough. So those are those holes. This. So I don't know if I actually need to. Well, no, I should because otherwise the ball could fit in under here. So this is going to be a hole also, or a mount point also. This, fix this, and then this is going to be the same size as this. And while I'm here, I might as well just add this thing in. This is going to be the same size as this. Okay, so that's all those mounting holes. I haven't actually added how I haven't actually added posts on this size or on this side. I should think about doing that at some point. I added posts over. Oh, I didn't add posts on this side either. Well, I'll think about that at some point. Right. So now some of these holes. Oh, I need to make these access cuts on the upper plastic. So this access cut is definitely not the width that I expect. Actually, these access cuts aren't. Oh, you can slide the screwdriver into it. Never mind. I need a cut here. I need a cut there. And I need those other holes. Where was this cut? That was this. Was this one? Yeah. No, that was not this one. My hand's really beginning to act up, so I might need to stop soon. That's the cut. Fixed. This should be fixed. This, and this should all be equal. And this is definitely too big. This should be 3/8. All right. That's those hole cuts. This I'll call mounting holes. And I have did this. So I have a hole here. I have a hole here. Any more holes around here? Oh, I'm supposed to have a hole down here too. So I should figure out where that actually needs to go. Time being, I can just use these here. And I'll figure out where that goes in a minute. They're all equal. And these are all 3/16. Yeah, so that has a hole there, which means that has a mounting point right up over here. Which makes sense because that's away from the edging here. Then there will be a mount right here and a mount up here. I can't put mounts right where the wood borders are because obviously that's where a wood border is. Now this wood border is possibly going to change and become a non-wood border up this section and might just become a piece of metal, you know, a bent metal, and that's something I need to decide on because there's no reason why, like beyond this point from here up, it needs to be. Like right where this ramp starts, more or less, I can make it a piece of metal along the edge to guide up. Um, really, I just need this spot here so I can mount the plastic. And, I think that's probably what I'll do, because then if I mount that on there, that's one more piece of bent metal that I need. And I think that's the last piece of bent metal. At least the last piece that I'm aware of for this particular cut. All right, I need to figure out this point. Actually, I can figure that out just by going across here and eyeballing it a little bit. Right in the middle here, goes across. Come on. Go there. And this is, I mean, kinda. Well, I can measure again. Wait, from here, here, measure here to here. That is 1.09. Here, why? Here to here. 1.09. Well, obviously that doesn't seem quite right. That's because this plastic looks to be... No, it's not thinner. Well, I'm not sure, so I'm going to say 1 and 1/16. Or 1. And that's more accurate. Okay, and then on to this other piece. Have a hole right there also. Okay. All right, so I know these two sections are generally equal. This is generally equal. I need a hole right here. I need a mount hole right here. I need a mount hole over there somewhere. That'll be fine without a mount hole there. Yeah, see, I put another mount there because I had the space for that. So I'll put a mount hole. I'll put a mounting hole up here, actually, because that'll add more rigidity. The ball isn't going to hit over on this section. It will hit here, so I'll have the mounting hole here, just like on that side. Oh, mounting hole here. So this will oh, this won't divert a little bit because this comes right across. It'll be similar because it's above there. So yeah, so I'll have a mount hole here, a mount hole here, a mount hole here, and a mount hole here. Here. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's where the ball's gonna slam anyway. So 4, 5. I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more holes, and that should cover it. Then I can go into the assembly itself and add in all of these little posts and things. I don't know if I'm going to stream adding in all these posts on this particular plastic. It's the same process as previous. I might be I kind of want everything that I do on this to be a stream. I haven't really decided yet, but I am going to add those holes now since I'm here. I'm going to do that on the main plastic first. Hole, hole, um, hole ish. I'll fix that in a second. Hole and hole. So all these holes need to be equal to 3/16. What arc did I select? Can you stop? Oh, for fuck's sake. Unselected. Where's the hole? The oh, I added it to the wrong. Oh, I added it to the wrong profile. Oh, jeez. All right, undo all of this. I that was the wrong profile. I want this one. All of these. Now that I got the right profile to use, going to be equal. Going to be equal to this. Why did you unselect everything, you dink? Okay. Um, Let's get these in kind of the right spot. This I wanted. This I want to be. You want to not see all the root. Oh, yes, I don't have the relations turned on. All right. Yeah, that I want kind of in the middle. This needs to be a little bit more in the middle also. There. Um, this I can easily put in the middle. Semi-easily. I want this a little higher up. So the slam point is more right here. Oh, don't auto connect. Fine. That's fine. I don't need to put any offset point or any mount points over here, I don't think, because it's, I don't know, I don't think it's really going to be that necessary with everything else. Now I can go to this one and add in my other mounting points. Okay, let's add all these in, and then I'll need to fix the one down here. So the one down here disappeared because I added this other uh this other sketch. This thing. So all you gotta do is make sure it doesn't conflict. Oh, zoom. It doesn't conflict with the hole. So yeah, like basically like this. So it can be like an actual triangle. And now the hole's back, which is good. I can go back to mounting points and add this final mounting point here. All right, so now when we look at this, it's got a bunch of mounting holes. Yeah, I don't think this is going to really be a problem. Got a bunch of mounting holes on there, so I can start putting, all these braces and everything. I might make another thing there. I'm thinking about it. I don't need more than one along here. No, I only put one along that side too. By the ball's gonna come and slam in around this area, and then it's gonna be fine. So this point here, if I look straight down on this, the ball is aiming to go right along here and hit right along here. So as long as this is secured, then everything else should be fine. This is mounted here, this is mounted here. There's nothing really mounting this down here. So that's one thing that could change, right? And I do have space here to put a post. There is you. I do have space right down here, right in this spot here, to put a standoff, or even take this metal this metal rail here and add a horizontal piece that this thing can mount onto, which might be the better choice, because then it's one less post. Um, so, and then that'll add even more rigidity here in addition to this thing. But additionally, I am going to add this other metal bracket here, and that metal bracket could have a flat top that this could bind on. It could have, you know, a couple bends across, and then this thing could mount onto that, which is also a valid solution, and that might be the easier solution because this is going to have a footprint here. This is going to have a footprint here, or this will have a that will have a foot right around here. So I can't put the horizontal bracket there. Well, I could put a horizontal bracket here, or I could put a horizontal bracket here. It probably makes more sense to put it here because I have more plastic here that I'm working with. Um, that's a good decision to need to make next time. I'm not going to do it this time. It's getting late. It's 10 o'clock here, and it's been. I expected to do only a quick stream, but it's been a couple hours. Um, yeah, it's yeah, yeah, yeah. I like this. I will get screws and put them and bind them in, kind of like what I did here in this spot here, and where I feel that they need to go. A bunch of these screws are going to be part of this assembly because it's just going to be easier to make it part of the assembly. Now, the other uh, trick to this that I do need to add is remember there's a loop ramp that comes from this ramp kind of over here and down. So I need something to mount that to. Obviously, I'm going to use these 3 posts here for the primary mount, but there does need to be an exit mount. So with that said, it probably makes sense to use a metal piece right here, or a metal flange here, to secure this, and then this piece here can be a secondary post that comes up for a mounting point of this exit ramp. Kind of like the whatchamacallit, the Spider-Man web slinger, you know, loop drop downs from this ramp over here. Yeah, okay. So I think I'm done for today. The next stream will be finishing up this plastic. It's essentially done, but more so changing this wood rail and adding the little metal guide here. Those are the last couple pieces needed on the main playfield, like mounting on the main playfield, I think. Oh, there needs to be a hole here. Like I can just do a little cutout because the ball's not going to make it over that way. So I say. Yeah, the ball shouldn't make it over that way. So I can do a little cutout right there. And obviously the ball can't make it into this little gap because this ramp kind of protects that orbit. Um, yeah, but all right. So this metal guide, take care of this wood rail, uh, add mounting points here, secure everything up, and prepare to add some posts and prepare things for this ramp. I'm also, before I start the next stream, I'm going to try and model at least a close enough variant of this ramp so I can see where everything goes. That's kind of important. So yeah, cool. I feel productive again. All right, folks. I'll see you next time.